My presentation is about how my technology and education course has helped me with applying the ISTE teacher standards. The first ISTE standard is to facilitate and inspire student learning and creativity. I have experienced this standard in the following ways. My first example is through the Kidspiration concept mapping. Through using this format, we were able to create a way that was intriguing and also helped to inspire students to learn in a different format and display that knowledge. The second example is through a lesson plan that was coupled with a web quest. And through doing that, I provided an opportunity to effectively plan for the project, which implemented a way to creatively display a biography. And my third example for this standard is through the mobile learning activity. And through this, I was able to understand how to utilize an experience or current issues or historic events so that students could understand it in a way that was engaging and creative. The second ISTE standard is to design and develop digital learning and assessments. I have experienced this standard in the following ways. My first example is the interactive PowerPoint presentation. Through this, I was able to create an interactive quiz which ensured 100% accuracy by the end of the presentation, which was a way of creatively implementing an assessment for my students. The example 2 is instructional comics, and through this I designed a relevant, standard-aligned experience which promoted learning for the students. And my third example is the campus school field experience. Through this experience in the class, I was able to create an authentic educational lesson plan utilizing technology within the classroom. The third ISTE standard is to model digital work and learning. My first example, which allowed me to experience this standard, is Screencast-O-Matic. And by using this, I was able to present a learning resource that can be utilized to support students' success at home. My second example is the Web 2.0 tool that I researched called Schoolology. Through this, I learned how to utilize a free technology to communicate assignments, events, and information to students and their families. And my third example for this standard is Audio Boom and YouTube video editing. Through these technologies, I was able to further communication with students and families after they had left the classroom, and also have an innovative format for assignments and assessments that would be engaging for my students. The fourth ISTE standard is to promote and model digital citizenship. I have experienced this standard in the following ways. My first example is the field experience, and specifically the Weebly that was created for that field experience. By creating a Weebly, I was ensuring safe internet interaction for the elementary school students so that they were only allowed to go to the appropriate sites. My second example is the Zoonal Web Quest. By using a web quest, I developed a safe and specified digital environment which only allowed my students to go where I had already approved. And my third example is the interactive PowerPoint presentation. Through this, I had specified learning links that were embedded within the presentation, and yet again, it was another format in which I could designate exactly where the students would go. And the fifth and final ISTE standard is to engage professional growth and leadership. My first example is the campus school field experience. Through this experience, I partnered with colleagues to create and implement a technology-based lesson, which was expressing collaboration with my colleagues. My second example is the field experience reflection paper. Through this paper, I had to recall the process, procedures, and implications of the lessons so that I was able to develop professionally. And my third example is the Weebly reflections of my artifacts that I've made throughout this course. By reviewing the examples of previous work that I've done and evaluating its efficiency and as well as its weaknesses, I'm better developed as a professional and able to do a better job the next time. And these are all of the examples that exude the 5 standards of the ISTE standards for teachers. And all of these have been completed throughout this course. And as a result, I feel like I have benefited for my future career in teaching.